The things you're proud of might be the same things keeping you broke. While you focus on making more money, there are 12 silent money traps that slowly eat away at your wealth every day. These things look like smart decisions, but they're actually holding you back. Rich people don't just earn differently, they also spend differently. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He's worth over $100 billion, but still lives in the same simple house he bought decades ago. He once said, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything." Buffett became rich not just by investing wisely, but by avoiding the mistakes many people make with money. These 12 traps aren't just bad buys. They're the hidden wall between being middle class and achieving real financial freedom. Some of the last ones on the list might shock you, especially since many experts actually recommend them. Let's break down these money mistakes one by one, starting with the first one. 1. Costly home renovations. That kitchen you spent a fortune fixing up. It might actually be hurting your finances. New counters, fancy cabinets, updated bathrooms. They look great, but most of the money you spend on them won't come back when you sell your house. For example, you might spend $60,000 and only get $30,000 back in value. If you're lucky. It gets worse. Home improvements are addictive. Fix one room and suddenly the rest looks outdated. You keep spending and, meanwhile, your investments are being ignored. Take Mike. He spent $150,000 on renovations over 5 years, and when he sold his home, he only got back about $70,000. If he had put that money into an index fund, it could have grown to $210,000. The smart move: learn the difference between needed repairs and luxury upgrades. Fix the roof, sure. Replace a broken furnace. But think hard before you spend $25,000 on imported tiles that no one but you cares about. Ask yourself, will this renovation give me a return on my money? If not, consider investing the money instead. 2. The just-in-case pile in your garage. Go into your garage or basement. Count how many things you haven't used in over a year. Extra tools, unused gadgets, a treadmill that's now a clothes rack. It all adds up to thousands of wasted dollars. We call it just-in-case shopping, buying things we might need one day. But really, it's cash sitting around losing value. The average home has over 300,000 items. Even if each one seemed like a small purchase, together they can add up to $10,000 or more, money that could have been growing in your investment account. What's the fix? Start selling. Pick 10 things and post them on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. One person cleared their garage and made $3,800, enough to fund a full year of retirement savings, Roth IRA. Sell, don't stash. 3. Helping others without limits. It's tough to say no to people you care about, a cousin who needs rent money or a friend who's short on bills. But what starts as one-time help can turn into a pattern that drains your finances. Giving without limits doesn't really help. It just moves your future money into someone else's short-term problems. One man gave his brother small loans for 3 years. When he added it up, he had given over $23,000. Enough for a down payment on a rental property that could have made him money for years. Set a monthly limit on how much you give, and when that amount is used up, stop. Remember, help doesn't always have to be money. Offer advice, share job leads, or help with budgeting. That's real support. 4. Your fancy car. That new BMW with leather seats and all the tech. If it's leased or financed and stretching your budget, it's not a reward. It's an expensive outfit you're wearing to impress people who don't care. Car companies don't just sell cars, they sell status. A Toyota and a Lexus might be built on the same platform, but one costs $20,000 more just because of the name. You're not paying for better travel. You're paying for a badge. Meanwhile, you're stuck with $900 monthly payments, high insurance, and constant upkeep. That's over $60,000 in 5 years, all on something that loses value daily. Most real millionaires drive used, reliable cars. If you drive a 3-year-old Toyota instead of a luxury car and invest the $500 monthly difference, it could grow to $294,000 in 20 years. That's the real cost of trying to look rich. 5. Big house. No cash on paper. You look rich. Your home is worth $500,000. But in real life, you're stressed about bills. That's being house rich, cash poor. You may have equity, but you can't spend it easily. And the house keeps costing more. Property tax, utilities, repairs, HOA fees. Many people buy big homes to feel successful, but the bigger the house, the more it drains your wallet. Some people can't handle a $2,000 emergency without using credit, even though they live in a beautiful house. That's not wealth. That's financial stress hidden behind pretty walls. A smaller house, even 25% less space, might cost 40% less to maintain. That's money you could invest each month. Downsizing isn't always easy, but it can change your finances in a big way. 6th, credit card interest. Paying $200 a month and getting nothing back? That's credit card interest. It's like a subscription to your past, and it's funded by your future. People think credit card debt is no big deal. They'll pay it off eventually. But with 18 to 24% interest, a $5,000 balance can turn into $10,000 fast. Paying just the minimum keeps you in debt for 20+ years. That's over $12,000 for something you barely remember buying. Credit cards aren't helpful. They're a trap. Use the avalanche method. Pay off the card with the highest interest first, while making minimum payments on the rest. Every extra dollar you pay saves future interest. A 20% card paid off is like earning a 20% return. Better than the stock market. 7 degrees that don't pay off. You were told to go to college, any cost. But now, 10 to 30 years later, your degree still hasn't paid for itself. That's not an investment, it's a framed bill. A $100,000 degree with a $40,000 salary cap is a bad deal. Some people are still paying student loans into their 40s or even 50s, while taking out loans for their kids too. Before signing another loan, do the math. What's the average salary in that field? What's the real cost after interest? What's the return on investment? Sometimes a certificate or 2-year trade program gives better results with less debt. Community college before transferring or using employer-paid tuition can also help. The goal isn't to avoid education, it's to avoid useless debt. 8. Whole life insurance. You were told it's insurance and investment in one. Sounds great, right? But whole life insurance is one of the slowest, most expensive ways to grow wealth. In the beginning, most of your money goes to fees and commissions. Even after years of paying, your cash value may be less than what you put in. The returns are only 2 to 4% before fees. The insurance company invests your money and keeps the real gains. It's not a good investment. It's overpriced insurance wrapped around a weak savings account. The better choice? Buy term life insurance, much cheaper, and invest the savings yourself. A 35-year-old might pay $30 a month for $500,000 of term coverage, compared to $300+ for whole life. Invest the $270 difference and you could grow it to over $400,000 in 30 years. If you already have whole life, talk to a financial planner who doesn't earn commissions. You may still be able to fix it. You might still be able to fix your situation with a 1035 exchange or other smart moves. But buying expensive insurance isn't the only way your good intentions can mess up your finances. Sometimes it's the people you care about the most. 9. Worst financial move: supporting adult children. You love your kids and would do anything for them, even now that they're grown up. So you help them with rent, car insurance, or even their credit card bills. At first, it feels like the right thing to do. But one day, you realize that you're using your retirement savings to pay for their lifestyle. Here's the hard truth: every dollar you give without limits is a dollar that's not growing for your future. When we keep bailing out our adult kids, we take away the pressure they need to become responsible and independent. What starts as a small favor can turn into a long-term money drain. I've seen parents take out $50,000 from their retirement just to help adult children who were fully capable of supporting themselves. That money is gone for good. Set clear boundaries. If you want to help, treat it like a budget item with limits. Even better, don't just give cash. Help them build skills or support them with matching funds. For example, match their student loan payments instead of paying their rent. Or match what they put into a retirement account like a 401k instead of covering their phone bill. Protecting your retirement isn't selfish. If you run out of money, guess who might have to support you? The same children you're helping now. Help them become independent. Don't carry them forever. 10. Worst financial move: chasing the latest tech. A new iPhone comes out. It has a slightly better camera or screen. Suddenly, your current phone feels outdated. You trade it in, finance the new one, and repeat the cycle next year. Sound familiar? Tech companies are experts at making you feel like what you have isn't good enough, even when it works just fine. And every time you upgrade for small changes, you're spending hundreds or even thousands on things that lose value fast. This doesn't just apply to phones, laptops, smartwatches, and home gadgets too. The average American family spends $100 to $200 every year on new tech. Over time, that adds up to hundreds of thousands of dollars lost for small improvements. The fix? Use your tech until it actually slows down your life or work. When it's time to upgrade, buy the previous model, get a refurbished one, or wait for big sales. These savings can go toward a vacation home or college fund. 11. Worst financial move: lottery and gambling. Buying a lottery ticket feels fun. It's just a few bucks. You imagine quitting your job or traveling the world. But the real cost isn't just the money. It's the mindset it creates. Americans spend over $100 billion on lottery tickets every year, more than books, music, and movies combined. The odds of winning Powerball? About 1 in 300 million. You're more likely to be hit by lightning while being attacked by a shark during a solar eclipse. The real trap is hope addiction. You keep spending money for a small chance of getting rich quick instead of using that money to slowly and steadily grow your wealth. One man tracked his just-for-fun lottery and gambling for a year. It added up to $3,740. If he had invested that same amount every year from age 30 to 65, with a 7% return, he'd have an extra $518,000 at retirement. Want that exciting feeling? Use micro-investing apps like Acorns or put $10 a week into a dividend fund. Over time, that habit will not only help you dream, it'll actually pay you. 12. Worst financial move: emergency fund, sitting in checking. You've saved $5,000 or $10,000 just in case. That's great, but where is it? If it's sitting in your checking account or in a bank that pays only 0.01% interest, it's losing value thanks to inflation. The problem? Most people don't have a real emergency fund. They have extra money sitting around, ready to be spent on stuff that feels urgent but isn't. If your emergency fund isn't separate and clearly labeled, it's not really protecting you. A true emergency fund should be in a separate high-yield savings account. Many online banks now offer 4% or more in interest. That's the difference between earning $1 a year and earning $400 on $10,000. Also, write down what counts as a real emergency: job loss, hospital bills, or major home repairs, not a big sale or a vacation. Share the rules with your partner. This simple step can turn your money from spendable into actual financial safety. Final thoughts. Building wealth isn't just about investing, it's also about avoiding common mistakes. The wealthiest people aren't just great at making money, they're great at keeping it. So what do you think? On a scale of 1 to 10, how helpful was this info? And which of these financial habits will you fix first? Drop your rating and your first goal in the comments. I read them all, and your plan might inspire someone else to take their first step toward financial freedom. Remember, knowing what to avoid is just the beginning. Taking action is what leads to real success. Which side are you on?